Okay, so let's say the engine is on, it's running right now, it's just sitting here and it's idling, and you're ready to operate the machine. So what you want to do is you want to ensure that this nut is off. What you might do is you have to lift it, lift this up to get that off. What it is, it's a safety mechanism for transport, so that the tines don't touch the ground. So do not lose this nut. Put this nut back on, screw it back on. This can just be sitting freely. You've got these stickers as well, and if you're watching this, then hopefully you'll digest all this and just take your time with it for the first time. Obviously, it's hard to take a lot in. So remember, this is the position that the levers are in. Your engine is on. You're essentially right now ready to go. So what I find is that the first time you use this, it's best to try and get a feel for the power of the unit, how loud it's going to be and the like, before you're actually moving. And the way that you would do that is when the engine is on and it'll be humming along, and the machine's sitting here like this, leave this lever and just slightly pull this one back. And what this does is it engages the power. That's why it's on top here, release to engage. So when you pull this back, just be gentle, pull it back, and you'll see the 4 tines will start moving up and down, powering away. Right, and then let go of this, just so you get a feel for turning the tines on and off. Because what you'll do is you'll do a straight line, and then when you go to stop to turn the unit around, first thing you do is you need to disengage power. So you'll have this in, you'll be going along and then off. So just get used to that mechanism. Second thing is the actual the tines themselves and their position. So with this in this position, the tines are raised. So that chain actually raised them even further, but now they're ready to be placed into the soil. So I'll try and show you. So what I'll lift in this, I'm sure if you can see it. Okay, so you could see that move a little bit. I'll do it again. Closer. All right, now I'm releasing this left-hand lever. Now it's just sitting above the top now, but when this machine's, that's the position you need to be in when you're operating. So the process you would follow is the engine's on, you pull this back, and you have to hold it back because it's default, the chain will pull it forward, which is a safety mechanism. So you would pull this one back. I'm holding the phone here, so I'm just going to use my left hand thumb on both. You would pull this back, the tines are working away, and then you would manually push it forward and then drop the tines. And as you do that, the tines will then start working, they start pulling the cores out, and the tines are obviously pulling the cores out because this lever is down, it's allowed to then hit the soil. Then, say you go up to the end, you need to stop, again, release this, disengages the engine. The engine stays on, disengages the power. So first thing you should do is familiarize yourself with this mechanism, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. Because what you're going to do is you're going to be in your straight line, you're going to go up, and as you hit your driveway, for example, right before, because you cannot have can't have those tines touching anything other than grass. Because if they hit any sealed surface, a driveway, a brick, it's going to break, and you're going to lose your bond because they're worth nearly $200. So familiarize yourself with that, and then once you're moving, this will be out. So you'll be pushing along like this, disengage the power, and then pull this back because it raises the tines. So the tines won't be moving, you'll pull it back, it raises the tines, and then you move this. You move it to or you pick it up and you pivot it and you turn it around. What can happen is that when you're moving forward and then you disengage the power, the tines, because some of them were in the ground at the time that you disengage the power, they may be too far in the ground, so you can't actually just raise this. So what you need to do is you just need to just lift it so then the tines come out, and then I can't show you because I'm holding the phone, but then you pull this back at the same time. I recommend when you go to start this machine, you start it in the open, away from everything else, just to make sure that if something was to happen where you get jolted to the left, or because if you might hit a tree root, it'll bounce, or you hit a rock or some really tough soil, it might bounce. You don't want to risk being close to something and damaging the unit. You lose your bond. So that's an overview of how you use it. I've got a next video to actually have it in motion and focus on the levers as you're lifting each one up and down.